Hello, you sexy and gorgeous creature. Welcome to Practice Intimacy. This is the place to be to learn all about love, sex, and how to have the best relationships you possibly can. So, I am sure you have heard the saying that confidence is key. And there is truth to this. Confidence, not only will it help you in your intimacy experience, where you're going to feel better when you have sex, you're going to want to be in a really sexual space with your partner, with people that you care about, with yourself, and feel good and turned on. But it can also help you with setting boundaries. It can help you go out with your friends and just feel more like alive and big and able to show up in a way that is authentic and excited and not shrinking or making yourself smaller, but instead just like, bam, I am here. So, how do you actually work on confidence? Today's video, I'm gonna share with you 3 key things that you can do to help yourself feel more confident. And this is going to affect all of your life. Not only will it help you in a relationship, but this could help you at work. This could help you anytime you go to a social event. Confidence is really key to having a magnificent life. There's other things too, but this is important. So, the very first thing that you can do to become more confident, this is actually a super easy one, even though it's going to sound a little odd. The Highfive challenge is something that I heard about probably 2 years ago during the pandemic. And it is where you give yourself a high five in the mirror every morning when you get up. You make eye contact with yourself, you give yourself a high five. And what this does is it is pairing together your face with a movement that expresses celebration and support. And so if you do this consistently, if you give yourself that high five every day, especially if you're a person where like it feels funny at first and you don't want to do it and you feel odd being supportive towards yourself, then this is a great practice for you because it's going to help support becoming more confident, trusting yourself, supporting yourself, knowing that you can move through the world as yourself and that it's going to feel good. And so that's the very first thing you can do. A high five in the mirror, first thing in the morning. I actually cut out a picture of my hand and put it on the mirror because I do not like smudges. And so that is on my mirror so I can give it a high five. For the brain science nerds, I'm gonna just do a real quick note of what's actually happening in the brain when you do this. So our limbic system, the subcortical area of the brain, it is the part of us that really makes sense of emotion and kind of predicts how to react to the world based on what I'm feeling. The basal ganglia is wrapped around that area of the brain. So it's part of the subcortical area. It is shaped exactly like the limbic system because they're so connected to each other. They're so interwoven, interconnected that you can't even really tell them apart if you were to see them next to each other, the limbic system versus the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia knows what to expect in the world, how to respond to the world based on movement. And so when you do this particular movement, it is pretty much universally a sign of support and celebration. And so you're telling your basal ganglia, this face is something I want to support. This person that I'm looking at in the mirror is someone I want to support and celebrate. So that's the little bit of nerdy neuroscience for those of you who like that stuff. Let's move on. The second thing you can do to become more confident is to get to a place where you are standing upright a little bit more. Your shoulders are back, your chest is out. When your spine is straight, when you are aligned, when you are looking up and forward and your shoulders are back, you are going to feel more confident. I know that this is hard for a lot of people. I'm thinking about not only the fact that we live in a culture that does tend to slump, like we're on our computers all day, we look at our phones all day, and so slumping is really normal. It is actually odd to be in a posture where you're really open in the front. I personally think this has a little bit to do with like guardedness, closing up your heart, protecting yourself, but that's just one thought I have about why our culture tends to be so closed off. And there are multiple different things you can do to really work on having this open posture. Some of it is about strength. It would be lovely if you're able to do things like yoga. There's so many postures where you really open up, especially back bends, and that is going to help with that. And then weightlifting. If you don't have the strength in your body to be able to support yourself in this position, of course you're naturally going to curve down. That's just a natural thing that happens. And so yoga and weightlifting, wonderful ways. If you're not into that, totally fine. Something you can do is power poses. So power poses, they are postures that you take on to help yourself feel more confident. And all of them, for the most part, I think there's a handful where you're sitting, but all the ones where you're standing, you're gonna be in postures that naturally put your shoulders back. Either you're gonna have your arms up or your hands on your hips, and it just makes it easier to pull your shoulders together. And even do it right now, even for a second. Sit up a little straighter, push your chest out, pull your shoulder blades together, and notice what it feels like. Is it different in your body? Do you feel a bit more confident? Do you feel physically bigger and straighter and stronger? And does that add to like mood experience, feeling a little bit better in your body? The last one, this one is certainly my favorite. It's also probably the one that's going to take the most time. When it comes to confidence, the number one thing you can do is get to a place where you are totally and completely okay with yourself, where you're in absolute acceptance, where there is a willingness to sit with shame, to sit with regret, to sit with moments of humiliation and go, I love you, it's okay, I've got you. So when you say that dumb thing to your crush, it's not devastating and it does not make you crumble. Instead, you're like, totally fine. That happens. Human. It's all right. I will live. And when you do this, when you get to the place where no matter what you do in life, always monitor yourself. That's a good thing. Witness what you're doing, change your behavior, grow. All of that's beautiful, but you're going to mess up just like the rest of us because you are an imperfect human. All of us are. And what would serve you is to get to a place where you've got your own back. No matter how you mess up, you trust that you can forgive yourself, that you can make right with people if they're interested in that. They aren't always going to be, and you can learn and grow. And so knowing those things, any mistakes, any failures just become opportunities. There is a particular phrasing that Brene Brown says that I really like that kind of helps me to remember staying in my confidence in moments where I mess up. I don't actually believe in mess ups. All of it's just learning, all of it's growth. But she says, I'm not here to be right. I'm here to get it right. I'm not here to be right. I'm here to get it right. And so what that means is I'm going to mess up. I'm not here to be right. I'm not going to need to move through the world defending myself and thinking I need to be perfect, because that's just not reality. I'm here to get it right. When I mess up, I will remedy. I will learn. I will do my best to make it right. And that's all I can do over and over and over again. And it's the same for you. All you can do in this lifetime is show up your full and authentic self. And the more free you allow yourself to be, the more confident you become to show up in a bigger way. Not only will you experience more intimacy and joy, but you're also going to inspire the people around you. You're going to help them to show up in bigger, bolder, more authentic ways, which is actually what makes this world exciting. When all of us get to be real, that's when life becomes juicy and magnificent and so much better, so much more, vibrant. So I hope that you enjoy these 3 tips to build your confidence. Try them out. Tell me how it goes. Please let me know in the comments what you experience as you try these different things. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.